Alrighty, so we'll go through some kudos first. And I apologize for the delay. Somebody else higher up the food chain than me was in the meeting room, so I'm stuck in a little conference room here, and I knew the rest of the Fargo team couldn't see if we were all huddled around my laptop, so we're making do here. So here is a page. This is one of Megan DeHonik's pages, and she really nicely pulled out the color from the pot that the soup is in, and really tied that into the page here. And yeah, Cindy, I think other folks can hear me. Tim said that he could hear me. Everybody else able to hear? Oh, let's see. So you're not able to see my screen, huh? No, that's not right. Let's see here. I did click on the Aaron at the bottom. Oh, other people need to click on me at the bottom? Is that right? Let's see here. Let me see if I can get my microphone to work for you guys. Ah, is that working? Haha, okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. I would have been better prepared if I had known that I was going to need to do this here, so. All right, there's somebody on the phone who doesn't have theirs muted, so if you can do that, I'd appreciate it. All right. Okay, let's get going now. Here we go. Okay, so anyway, nice page, nice color by Megan DeHonik. This was a Brainerd food page. Nicely done. Here's a forum page by Sarah, and this was an A1, and nicely done page on quite a big story here that we had here in Fargo. So, and you know, a courtroom scene is not generally a great main art, so she played up a couple of photos to really pull that centerpiece together. So well done, Sarah. Here's one from Marcy for Alexandria, and she was mentioning that there was no strong, large art for the centerpiece here, and so she used that. She pulled several pieces together to make a collage of images for the centerpiece. So. And that's actually for tomorrow's Echo Press. There you can see the whole page. Nicely done, Marcy. Here we've got one from, let's see, this one's one of Dave Nevinen's pages for Duluth. And a really nice profile package there at the top, with a scan of an old story, it looks like here, and pulling that whole page together. He's got art that leads you all the way down the page. So nicely done, Dave. And who doesn't like a page full of puppies? Here's one. It was just a half page, actually. It's a half page ad, but Amy Martz pulled this photo package together. And that was for the Pierce County Herald. So well done, Amy. Here is one for Duluth, and this one's by Brandon. And a great looking page, really clean. We've got a strong photo for the CP, really strong teasers. Duluth just changed up their mailing labels, so we've been tweaking the teaser boxes over the last couple of weeks, and really well done here. He really played up this tiny library, or the little free library at the top of the page. So well done, Brandon. Works really well. And here's one for that Sarah did for the forum, and again a food page, one of the Lost Italian pages that we see throughout the network frequently, and great looking food photos here. And she turned them into some circles here, and then also pulled in some leaves, playing off the headline here, turning over a new leaf. Shaded box with the recipe, so it all just really pulls together nicely. And she, rather than kind of mucking up the page with cut lines under each photo, she's got them all down at the bottom, which works really well on this page. So well done, Sarah. And we've got one from Paula for Wilmer. And this is a great, I love the play of the black and white photos, the scan of the old news article, and then the color that she pulled right out of the photo into the headline. I think it all just works really well together. So well done, Paula. This is a really great page by Cynthia Duffy, and she had some fantastic fall color photos and played them up so nicely in this collage of images, and some of it's layering over the top of each other, and I heard good things from both the editor and the photographer who took all of those photos. So very nicely done, Cindy. And here we've got one from Tanner for Duluth, and I really enjoyed the play of the photos on this one, and the layering of those photos in the, just when you've got the white ice, he layered that secondary photo nicely on the page. So really well done, Tanner. And here's one from Jackie. This is from back in August, actually, a page for Grand Forks with the North Dakota governor, and doing some roping there. He is not the cowboy-looking guy in the middle. He's the businessman on the left, for those of you not in North Dakota. So great-looking, nice play of the main photo, but then, really pulling this all together into a package with the pattern of the behind the Icelander here, and that same pattern all tied in the centerpiece package here. So well done, Jackie. And just a couple more. We've got another one from Jackie. This is a sports page. I like the way that she broke up this headline so it looks like it's like shattered here. I thought that was really effective. Well done, Jackie. And finally, we've got one from Cindy Gilster. This one is for Wadena, and a really nice page on kids who are sending blankets to other kids who are battling cancer. So nice main photo and really well pulled into the flag here, and then the headline font works well with this story, so, and the treatment of it. So nicely done, Cindy. All right, so just a few things that I wanted to touch base with you all on quickly, get you all back to work. First, I wanted to let you know that we kind of had a short turnaround on the Wisconsin Newspaper Association had their entries for contests were due this week, and we didn't have much time to gather entries. So I just had the managers go through what we had for those 4 Wisconsin newspapers, and went through and chose some of those entries to put into the contest. So we'll try to better prepare for that next year so that we have a little bit more time and you guys can choose your own entries, but there are a few of you that we put together entries for. So if you hear something back on that, let us know. Those entries were just getting sent off this week, so I suspect it'll be, probably a couple of months before we hear back on whether there were any winners in our group from those. So remember to double check that your photos have been changed to CMYK from RGB. We had an instance in the past week where the save action just stopped working. It was saving the photos into the folder, but it was not converting them to the TIFFs and from RGB to CMYK. So just try to, periodically take a peek at your Photoshop, make sure that those things are changing when you hit that button. If you're pulling in your photos and you see that they're still a JPEG instead of a TIFF like they should be, that might be kind of a signal to you that something's not quite right, so go back and give it a double check. And the way we solved that was uninstalling those actions and then reinstalling them for Photoshop. So I know that I had, it wasn't my save action, but it was one of my, I believe my color and black and white actions at one point. This was a number of months ago, just decided to stop working at one point too. So it does periodically happen. I have no idea why, but keep an eye on it. We are, I think you've probably all noticed that we haven't had any updates on our Hub social media accounts recently since Roberta left the Hub. So Joe and Cole will be taking over those accounts and be updating them during their shifts. If you see great pages, either ones that you are particularly proud of or that you see another designer has done, please send them along. We usually pull them from the kudos, but if you see something great that you think should go up on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, let one of them know and they'll take that into account. So. And please encourage the people in your offices to check out our social media accounts, your editors, your publishers, your ad folks. Let them see what we're doing. I think sometimes some of our papers aren't seeing a lot of what we can do for them, and we've got so many talented designers on our team. You know, you guys can do some really amazing things, especially if you're given just a little bit of time. So try and nudge some folks to check out Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you know, whatever they're comfortable with, and check out the work that we're doing, because there's some great stuff that we put together, so that you guys put together. We've got election night coming up. We're just a few weeks away from that. We're starting to see lots of election grids get put together. Emma's been working on a number of them for the forum and for our forum news service. Right now, I'm going to say that I'm going to be very hesitant to approve any PTO for election night. Currently, we're fully staffed, but I would really like us to have a nice full staffing for that night. I'm sure that things are going to be a little crazy, even though it's midterm elections. We've got plenty of races that are pretty important in our area. So if it's a desperation sort of thing, you know, we will discuss it. But at this point, we don't have anyone who's off, and I'd really like to keep it that way if we can. So just kind of giving you a heads up. Also, speaking of staffing, we've just about got all of our holiday staffing kind of settled in as to who is working which holidays for the rest of the year. I will give you a heads up, though, that leading up to both Christmas and New Year's, we probably will not be approving any more PTO the Thursday or Fridays before those holidays. Because Christmas Eve is on Monday and Christmas Day is on Tuesday, and similarly New Year's Eve and New Year's Day the following week. Some of those deadlines will be pushed back to Friday and Monday. Our big busy Tuesdays are going to get pushed back onto Friday and Monday instead. So we're going to need as many people as we possibly can. I know that there are a few of you who have already been approved for those days off, but we probably will not be approving any other time off around those holidays. So just again, wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up early that's probably not an option anymore. So I think that is it. I'm gonna just check. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Oh, and Jackie shared how she did the broken glass effect on that headline too, so very cool. So I think that is it for us for today. So I'll let you guys all get back to work. Thank you for bearing with me with the short notice meeting change, and I'll let you all get back to it. Thank you all.